Europe exports liberal lifestyle. Europe promotes globalism, and Europe is super very anti-Israel. Everything, all the ingredients are there. The place is ready for someone to rise from that ashes of horrible moral condition and the leadership crisis. Someone is about to rise. Now watch this. Russia is going to attack Israel. Yes. Turkey will attack Israel. Yes. Iran will attack Israel. Yes. So, and they will be defeated by who? So Russia is gone. The Muslim world will give up from fighting against Israel. Islam is no longer important. America is irrelevant. America in Ezekiel is not even mentioned as doing anything but criticizing this whole thing and staying aside. If the young lions of Tarshish are indeed America, Europe is the only power that can rise and introduce peace to the Middle East. And Europe is ready to produce that man of sin, the man of evil, the man of son of perdition. He will come from there. And trust me, Jews have no problem accepting a European figure. They have big problem accepting anyone from the Arab Muslim world. This is pretty dark. If Europe is ready, the world is ready, the heathens are ready. The question is, are you ready? You see, we can get very discouraged by looking at what is going on. But Colossians 3 says in verses 1 and 2, if then you were raised with Christ, seek those things which are above, where Christ is, sitting at the right hand of God. Set your mind on things above, not on things on the earth. Amen. You see, if I keep looking at what's going on in the world, and particularly in Europe, I'll be depressed all my life. But my hope is not in this world. My hope is not in the deities of this world, in the people that are running this world. My hope is in Jesus Christ, that is sitting at the right hand of God the Father, and He's interceding for me day and night. Philippians chapter 3:20. For our citizenship is in heaven, from which we eagerly wait for the Savior, the Lord Jesus Christ, who will transform our lovely body that may be conformed to His glorious body, according to the working by which He is able even to subdue all things to Himself. So we need to remember where our citizen here is. We need to understand that we need to eagerly wait for our Savior to come and transform our body. Behold, we're all going to change. In the twinkling of an eye, the last trumpet. Daybreak, all of us are going to be changed. The map is ready. This morning we saw the Middle East is ready. This afternoon we see that the preparation with the Antichrist is all there. Don't take these things lightly. Hold on to the blessed hope. But as that amazing message of Anne Graham Lotz this afternoon was, judgment begins in the house of the Lord. And we need to search ourselves. And we need to get ready. And we need to be prepared. Because, again, soon and very soon, we are going to see the King.
I hope you found this presentation helpful as the world readies for a wonder worker known in the Bible as the Antichrist, the Beast, the Man of Lawlessness, and more. Also, a closing reminder here that we have our most recent Understanding the Times with Jeff Kinley last Thursday, August the 3rd, is on our website, olivetreeviews.org, olivetreeviews.org, then to video. We also have it available in DVD format for just $10. Visit my online store or call my office. If Europe is now preparing for the Antichrist, and as we heard last week, is also running ahead with a digital society throughout the continent, How late must the hour be? The return of the Lord Jesus Christ is at the door. That begs the question, are you ready to meet the King? Have you invited Jesus Christ to become the Lord and Savior of your life? If not, do so today. The Bible says today is the day of salvation. The Bible says all who call on the name of the Lord Jesus Christ will be saved. Do so today. No one listening is promised a tomorrow on this earth. Preparing for eternity is the most urgent assignment everyone has. I want to thank you for listening. We'll talk to you again next week.
Contact us through our website, olivetreeviews.org. That's olivetreeviews.org. Call us Central Time at 763-559-4444. That's 763-559-4444. Again, our mail when you write to Olive Tree Ministries and Jan Markell, Box 1452, Maple Grove, Minnesota, 55311. That's Box 1452, Maple Grove, Minnesota, 55311. All gifts are tax deductible. Remember that his eye is on the sparrow, but you are engraved in the palm of his hand. Nothing is out of control, as God is always in control. And he allows all things to happen so that everything can fall into place.
KTXG Greenville, Dallas.
Paid employee, you have the opportunity to support the American Family Association through the combined federal campaign by designating a monthly payroll deduction using 12037. You help AFA continue to fight for your family. So when you complete your CFC form, remember, AFA's number is 12037. And thank you for your help.
This is the Middle East Report, your connection to truthful reporting on Israel and the Middle East. I'm John Riley. There's a lot of internal struggles in Israel, both politically and with the citizens there, regarding something called judicial reform. CBN News Middle East Bureau Chief Chris Mitchell breaks it down for us.
The reason for the judicial reform is that many years ago, actually a few decades ago, the Supreme Court of Israel began to usurp power to itself. Israel does not have a constitution, so they really don't have the kind of standard that the United States does for justices to weigh in on a particular law or government policy, whether it's constitutional or not. So because of that, the new government by Benjamin Netanyahu that was sworn in last December began to initiate some judicial reform. However, almost when the government began, massive protests began to spring up in Tel Aviv, some in Jerusalem, in different parts of the country, accusing the government of trying to make a dictatorship. Benjamin Netanyahu was a dictator, the end of democracy. It's really not like that. What it is, the legislature is trying to rebalance what had been out of balance for many years. For example, the Supreme Court could arbitrarily take any law or government policy and determine that it was either reasonable or unreasonable. And if they decided in their own minds that a law was unreasonable, that they could actually strike it down on that basis. Now, as one of the ministers said in the current government, reasonable is a opinion. It's not a legal standard. So the recent legislation that was passed was to strike down the ability of the Supreme Court to use reasonable as a standard to strike down a law. Right now, there's sort of a showdown set up because the very legislation that disallows the Supreme Court from using reasonable as a standard is going to be heard by all 15 justices of Israel's Supreme Court. Now, what happens if they think it's unreasonable, this new reasonable legislation? It's really going to be a sort of a political crisis here in Israel. were up on the northern border the other day. There was a lot of tension between Israel and Hezbollah, the Islamist proxy group funded and supported and formed by Iran. So while Israel is going through this internal tension, its enemies sense weakness and it's involving its enemies. So very important and vulnerable time for the state of Israel right now.
Chris Mitchell says it's a critical time to pray for the Jewish people and the land of Israel.
Praying for reconciliation between many Israelis and the Jewish people here in the land of Israel. It is a very severe crisis, and I think people will pray for this country. I believe it's going to survive this challenge. Psalm 122, verse 6, I guess a lot of people refer to pray for the peace of Jerusalem. There's also a prayer in Psalm 133, verse 1, when it talks about when brothers dwell together in unity. Since it's so divisive right now, I think that's a great prayer, that pray that brothers would dwell together in unity. The Psalms describe it like the oil running down the beard of Aaron. That would be a good prayer to pray. And as Paul said in Timothy, pray for those that they're in leadership, that we may lead a quiet and peaceable life.
This is Chris Mitchell, CBN News Middle East Bureau Chief. I want to encourage you to connect with Chris Mitchell and his team there in Jerusalem. They produce 2 shows a week, Jerusalem Dateline, and you can check that out and connect with them, JerusalemDateline.com. That's JerusalemDateline.com. I want to encourage you to download a podcast to the show wherever you get your podcast. We're on all the major podcast platforms out there. When you search for the Middle East Report, make sure it says American Family Association. That's the official Middle East Report, or you can go to AFR.net. I'm John Riley. Thanks for listening.
Welcome to the Friends of Israel Today. I'm Chris Katulka, your host and teacher. Now let me invite you to visit our website, foiradio.org. If this is your first time listening to the program, welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in. Our website is a great resource to learn all about our ministry, the Friends of Israel. And while you're there, you can actually get caught up on nearly 8 years of radio Bible teaching. Now, if you're a regular listener, again, welcome to you. We want to encourage you to go to our website, foiradio.org, to share your thoughts on our comments page. If you have any biblical questions about Israel, the scriptures, or prophecy, let us know on the comments section of our website. Again, that's foiradio.org. Now, today we have a very exciting show. We're going to be doing our IMG, Israel My Glory, in-depth episode, where we're going to be looking at our most recent issue of Israel My Glory, which is called The New Testament Writer's Guide, how the New Testament authors relied on the Hebrew Scriptures. And to be sharing his article with us is Dr. Menno Kalisher. He's a native-born Israeli who pastors the Jerusalem House of Redemption, which is a Messianic congregation in the heart of Jerusalem, which is composed of both Jewish and Gentile believers. If you're a regular listener, you may also recognize that last name. If you've been keeping up with the news, you've been hearing about all of the turmoil going on politically in Israel right now. Menno will be sharing about his thoughts on how we can be praying for the peace of Jerusalem. But first in the news, the Jerusalem Post reports that nearly 100 Christian Zionists ascended the Temple Mount with thousands of Jewish people to express their support and to repent for the centuries of anti-Semitism promoted within the church. All of this in honor of Tisha B'Av. Well, here's my take. Tisha B'Av is Israel's day of mourning when the Jewish people fast and pray, remembering the destruction of the temples in Jerusalem and other historical events filled with mourning, like the Spanish Inquisition when Jewish people were expelled from Spain in 1492. To hear that Christians are walking with Jewish people to the Temple Mount in solidarity, willing to look back on past sins, ask for forgiveness today, and say never again will definitely help build stronger bridges between our two communities. Menno, it is so great to have you with us. We're featuring our most recent issue of Israel My Glory, which is titled The New Testament Writer's Guide, how the New Testament authors relied on the Hebrew Scriptures. And you did a great article that's that's in here, and it talks about 3 proofs and a mystery. I'll look at the Old Testament's critical importance to the Apostle Paul and the writers of the book of Hebrews. And I'll just say right away, you say that the New Testament authors use the Hebrew Scriptures, the Old Testament, to challenge the theological assumptions of the Jewish people. What were some of those theological assumptions that Paul and the writer of Hebrews was challenging?
Well, first of all, the divinity of Jesus, the fact that Jesus is God himself who dressed as a human being and came down to be with us. This is for the Jewish mind heresy. It's the total heresy. It's like an explosion in the mind. Really, that's how it is. You know, usually when I speak with religious people, I usually take them to Genesis 18. It says, and God appeared to Abraham in Elonei Mamre. And then 3 people came before Abraham, and approached one of them and says, Adonai, imna matzati chen be'enecha. God, Lord, that means he's absolutely God. If I found favor before you, don't go over me. Stay here, in a sense. And then when you continue in the context in the chapter, it's Yahweh. Yahweh came as a human being with other 2 angels, and all the 3 externally look like human beings. So usually I tell them, you see, the idea that God came down to earth and was walking here is not new. It's already in Genesis, and there are so many other places. And they look at me and say, but that's not what the rabbi says. You want to tell us that you're smarter than the rabbis? We believe the rabbis. You see, so how can you argue with that? If you take the word of God as sovereign, that's what it is. If you fall before people, you go after people, let people save you. I decided to let God save me. That's one of the things. Another part is you see that Paul, what I just mentioned is even Jesus himself mentioned it in John chapter 8. Yes, he saw Abraham. Yes,
Can I ask, where did that concept of, you were able to take them to the Scriptures to show that God was able to take on human form and that should challenge their assumptions. Where did it come to be within Jewish theological thought that it's blasphemous, the idea that God could take on flesh?
It really came to be when they returned back from the diaspora, later after the time of Ezra and Nehemiah, when let's put it was 2nd, 3rd century BC, when the Pharisees and Sadducees established their power, when they really took the power on themselves and rather than on the law itself. They became the one who gave new interpretations to the law. It was when they created a fence to the law and basically wanted to make sure that the people will not step on the commandments and go again to the diaspora. So let's build a big fence around the law. And that's where new ideas came to be rather than to be totally attached to the word itself. So again, people are subject to their own commentaries on their ideas. And frankly, the old idea of a unity of God, and in this unity you have 3 persons, it's not easy to the mind. It's very easy to slip away from that truth.
And you're arguing in the recent issue of Israel My Glory that Paul and the writer of Hebrews are using Old Testament scriptures just like you do when you're out on the streets ministering to prove the divinity of Jesus. But you were also about to mention that there was a mystery as well to what was going on as the church age began in Acts chapter 2. There's a mystery that Paul is revealing.
That's correct, but don't, Paul builds the mystery of the church, Ephesians chapter 3. But don't forget that when you are meeting Acts chapter 2, it's after about 300 to 400 years of rabbinical commentaries. It's not just immediately after Moses. So it's generations where the leadership, the religious leadership of the nation took the emphasis upon themselves rather than upon God. You basically worship religion rather than worship God. So that's the time of Jesus when he came the first time. So this needs to be in mind. People didn't go back to the law to read. The people went to the rabbis to listen. And if you are going to rabbis, you end up believing in rabbis. That's the bottom line.
Yes. With the concept of the mystery of the church that Paul reveals, you know, it's interesting. Would this have been, you're saying this would have been a big theological issue that Paul would have been wrestling with in the Jewish community in relationship probably to how Gentiles relate to Jewish people, and especially in the framework of Paul saying that Gentiles, in order to be a part of this family, don't have to be circumcised. You know, this was probably a big challenge to the Jewish people of that time. Is that the way that Paul was phrasing it in Ephesians?
Absolutely so. But he wanted to show it again, chapter 1, 2, and 3, or chapter 1 and 2 are bringing up the background. First of all, God is the one who is choosing his people. God is the one who chooses people for whatever he wants. So here he chose the people from the foundation of the world. So in the same way, he chose Israel to do a specific job. And besides, God also chose Gentiles. And he put them together as equal, as absolutely equal, also in inheritance because of the blood of Christ. And he wanted to say that even a Jew and a Gentile have the same condition for salvation. The Jews